At the least, you'll face me in the Northeast zone. Get my ire up, light my fire. I'll go harder than Eminem went at Mariah. Call me a liar, count me in the ass with no Luke chafing. You're fucking with the dude who got the keys to your safe in. Those that can't do bring suits, cry to your Uncle Sam to settle disputes. Thought you tackle this with a little more tact, but then again, fudge packers, I don't know jack. I shed a tear every time I think a lick saying, but shit, man, they're a corporation. I'm a personification of freedom for all. You fill dockets, but that's a tough star to y'all. The lawyers, muddy water, and PRO's stall. Out of business is jail for me. Fist doing me civilly. The fist in the court. So I'm doing. I used to want to be a computer programmer when I was little. Now I either want to be a rapper or a superhero. I think those things are pretty hard. So that's the lawsuit summarized in a minute. And this is Sony's share price. At the beginning there is when they started suing me, and at the end here, they'd lost about half their value. 20 billion in valuation destroyed in a year. I don't claim to take credit for that, but, you know, I like laughing at my enemies' misfortune. They say companies are first run by engineers, then they're run by accountants, then they're run by lawyers, then they're out of business. I don't know, you know what? I have a permanent injunction. I'm not allowed to hack any Sony products. Well, I don't think it'll matter in 10 years when Sony goes out of business. So, let's talk about what's new and exciting. The final frontier of reverse engineering. I gave a talk at South by Southwest with this title. I got pretty bored of these phone unlock jobs and these game console things because I set my mind to it, I could do it. It's a lot of tedious work. So, I went on to a field that I know nothing about. I didn't do well in high school, dropped out of college. But this is the stuff that always interests me. Human brain. We have 38 petaflops of compute power in our head, 3.6 petabytes of storage, and our brains use 20 watts of power. This is as much compute power that is in many modern data centers, in each and every one of your heads. In 2011, we crossed a really critical threshold. The amount of silicon compute power in the world became equal to one human brain. We are still a lot smarter than the computers. The human brain is the most sophisticated thing we know about in the universe, right? The stars aren't that complicated. The stuff in our head is complicated. It was built by, so everything I reverse engineered to date was built by men. This is built by God, by the aliens, by a really sick genetic algorithm, depending on how you look at it. No, Ray Kurzweil's got a book called The Singularity is Near. I look at it like this. Let's see, we've got a couple minutes left. The complexity of the things we're building is approaching one, where I define one as the complexity of a single human brain. And if these trends that Kurzweil loves to talk about continue, we'll eventually get computers that are as powerful not only as one human brain, but as powerful as the entire human race. And there's a law called Moore's Law, which says the compute power doubles every 18 months, which means that the human race doubles compute power every 18 months. So if the computers have the same compute power as the human race, they can double their own compute power in every 18 months, but then they have double the power and can double it in 9 months, 4.5 months, and in 36 months you have singularity. When I was 15, I read like Elijah Yudkowsky and stuff. Great reading on the internet. Also read Gödel Escher Bach. I really recommend it. Consciousness is strange. You are Turing computable by the things we believe today, meaning you can be computed. I have 15 seconds. You can be computed on a modern computer. How does it feel to be a web server? I mean, we talk about how we're conscious and we have this epiphenomenon of experience. But how does it feel to be a web server? I want a metacortex. I want to be able to lay back in a chair if someone plugs something into the back of my head and say, I know Kung Fu. I'm thinking about ways to actually approach this problem. I gave a talk at South by Southwest. It's on the internet. I have ideas about how to approach it, but like I said, I don't know shit about this. So there are. But I'll leave you with this. The brain is a supercomputer. And the fastest way we have to get information in is by reading and out is by typing. That's slower than dial-up internet. You are a supercomputer with slower than dial-up internet. So I want a metacortex. Questions, my Q&A sessions after this. I'll put the slides up on my website, churchofsingularity.com. And And if you want to contact me, geohotplusshare@gmail.com.